Guys, so welcome to your first video lesson for online distance learning for Algebra 1. I'm gonna go ahead and get started by going over what the schedule looks like for the next couple of weeks in terms of what topics we're going to be covering. So let me pull that up. Here you'll see that we're in the fourth quarter. It just started, and we're going to work on Unit 9, which is statistics. Unit 10 is also statistics, but some 9 and 10 together is going to be a big stats statistics thing for you guys. The first lesson is going to be on dot plots. Now this is actually something that we started to cover just before we had our last day at school a couple weeks ago. So this lesson today is actually going to be pretty quick, just a refresher for you guys on what that is. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to pull up my my notes here for you guys, and let's make my video a little smaller so you can see everything. Okay, so by the way, also I won't be looking at the camera the whole time because I'm actually annotating these notes on my Chromebook using my touchscreen, and then casting that to my desktop computer so I can record it for you guys. So let's look at the first, we'll call this like a review problem for Unit 9, Lesson 1, dot plots. So this question says that the students in one social studies class were asked how many brothers and sisters, siblings that they have, and the dot plot here shows the results. So they've already collected the data, and the dot plot is created for you, so we're just answering some questions about the data using the figure that's shown. So the first question is, how many of the students have 6 siblings? And you might be thinking the same thing I am, which is that the dot plot is actually kind of a little incomplete because it doesn't have a title. So let's go ahead and add a title down at the bottom of that. We're going to say this is number of siblings. So that should help describe what's being shown in the chart a little better. So first question, how many of the students have 6 siblings? So you're going to go to 6 and count how many dots there are, and there's only 1 student. So you can put 1. Second part of the question is, how many of the students have no siblings? So you're going to go to 0, count the dots. There's 3 of them. So there's 3 people who responded that they have no siblings. Okay. Last question is, how many of the students have 3 or more siblings? So you need to count the dots that are under the answer 3, but you also need to count what's under 4, 5, and 6 because they asked how many students have 3 or more siblings. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the total here would be 11 siblings. That's it for this question. Pretty quick one. So let's go ahead and move on to the second question. Second question says the resting pulse rates were recorded for 16 boys in gym class before they exercised. The line plot here shows the results. Line plot, dot plot, same thing basically. So the question here, first one says, what is the range of the pulse rates? So that's something new. We actually didn't cover that when we were talking about dot plots previously, but the range is just it's the range in the total values, like the lowest result and the highest result. So if we're looking at this line here, the lowest answer or the lowest result from taking their pulse was 79, and the highest one was 85. So the range of this data is from 79 to 85. That's the range. Second question is, how many boys had a pulse rate over 81? Once again, actually, this line plot or dot plot is missing the title. So let's go ahead and add one. This is resting pulse rates. Now you can, be a little more specific with that if you want to. You can call that resting pulse rates of boys in gym class before they exercise. You can write as much or as little as you want, as long as it describes what's happening in this plot. Second question, so let's read it again. How many boys had a pulse over 81? So you want to go to 81 And this doesn't actually include 81, so you want to look at 82, 83, 84, and 85 and just count how many results there were. That looks like 9 to me. 3, 5, 4, yep, so that's 9. So there were 9 that had a pulse rate that was over 81. Last question is, how many boys had a pulse rate of 83? You just want to know how many had exactly 83, and it looks like looking at the dot plot, there were 4, so we're going to put 4 here. All right, so let's move on to the last part of these notes, because remember, this is just a review. In this question, we are not given the dot plot, we are creating the dot plot. And this is actually a good place to stop on this one, because the assignment I'm going to give you for this video, this notes, this lesson, is going to be you creating a dot plot. So we're going to do one together so you can see what that looks like. The heights, I'm not sure why there's an apostrophe there, but the heights of 20 basketball players in inches are given below. 68, 70, 70, blah, 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 blah. Make a dot plot using the number line that's given below. So the plot is already set up for you. You just need to plot the data. The very first thing that you should be thinking right now is, well, the first thing I need to do is put the data in order. That way it'll be easier for you to count. So we're just going to do that little exercise right now and put the data in order. Lowest value appears to be 68, and it only appears one time. Is there a 69? No. Is there a 70? Yes. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 70s. And 71 appears twice. 72, not here. 73, not here. 74, not here. 75 appears twice. Nope, it appears 4 times actually. I'm sorry. 76 I don't see. 77 appears 1 time. 78 is not here. 79 is not here. So 80 would be the next one. That appears 4 times. And 81 looks like it's there 1 time. 82 appears 1 time. Just going to come down on this next line here. It's 82. 83 appears once. And 84 appears once. And it looks like that's actually the highest value. So that's the end of the data set. Let me just erase this comma here because we don't need that. So now it's much easier for you to look at this data and do the plots. You could have also alternatively just gone number by number and plotted that down on the dot plot below. This method is just a little more orderly. So we're going to put 1 dot on 68 because there's only 1 of those. We're going to put 2 dots on 70. No, I'm sorry, 3 dots. 2 on 71. 4 on 75. There's nothing in between there. You have a gap in your data. 77 has 1. 80 has 4. And 81 has 1. 82, 83, and 84. Oops, sorry, I did not mean to draw that line. Erase that. Okay, so the dot plot is basically done. The only thing that's missing is a title, so you want to come down below the dot plot and put a title. This is height of basketball players. And that's all the descriptive information you have. You don't know what school they're from or team they're on or any of that, so that's just it, height of basketball players. Okay, so I hope that was a good refresher for you on how to construct a dot plot. The assignment that's going to go with this is going to be posted in Google Classroom. I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. It's going to be a Google Slides assignment, and every student in the class is going to pick a different slide to work on. So there's going to be 1 slide per student. There's no sharing, okay? I also put the directions on slide 2 here just in case you forget or maybe stopped watching the video at this point, although I don't know why you do that. Um, and let's go ahead and just start. So if I'm, this is what it's going to look like for you from your perspective. If I'm the student, I'm going to go to this slide and I'm going to make slide 3 be mine. So no one else is going to use it. That means I'm going to come up here where it says to type my name, and I'm going to put my name here, okay? Any other student who goes to this slide should see there's a name written there and should not pick that one. They should go pick a different slide that hasn't been done yet, okay? I made 30 different sets of data, so there's way more than enough to go around for everybody, and all the data sets are different. The data sets are not in order, and I also didn't put a word problem with it, so you have no idea what these numbers are describing. This could be, you know, weight of something, weight of animals, or it could be like measurements of something. You have no idea, and it doesn't matter. So you don't need to make a title for these because there's nothing to title it. Um, there is a dot object already on each slide. So what you want to do is just click on that dot, and then you can come up to where it says edit, and you can copy that dot, and then you can come down here and you can go to edit again and hit paste, and now you have a second dot. And you can just start plotting these dots. So like 9 is my first value, so I'm going to make 9 here. And then my next value is 15, so I'm going to make another copy. Here's copy, and here's paste. And I have 15 as my next value. It would be nice if you line these up so that they were, you know, looking pretty neat, but it's okay if you don't have them perfect. I have another 9. So let me go ahead and tell you a keyboard shortcut that you can use to make this faster for you. You can use the Control button and the C button together, Control C, and that will copy the object. And then you can hit Control V, that's V like Victor, Control V, and that will paste the object. So you'll see right now, I'm not even going to touch that edit menu. I'm just going to use my keyboard to paste one down. I have another 9. My next value is 13. My next value is a 6. And then so on and so on and so on. I'm not going to fill the whole thing in, but I think you get the gist here. And that's it. That's all I want you to do. Each student needs to construct one dot plot, and that's going to be it for this assignment. If you guys have any questions at all about what you're supposed to be doing, or if you're confused about anything about related to dot plots, please go ahead and send me an email or a message on Remind, or you can comment on this assignment or this video, and we'll get you some additional resources. Additionally, the Google Meet, the live room where you can pop in and ask questions, will be open remember, on instructional days, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it'll be open for you if you ask me and tell me you need help. I'm here. I can pop into a Google Meet and we can figure it out. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, which are office hours, I'm leaving the room open during the mathematics office hours, which is from 10:30 to 1:30. I will be in the room, and I will be listening so that if anyone jumps in the room, they can just ask something, say it out loud so I hear you over my speakers, and I'll go ahead and help you out. Okay? So with that being said, that concludes this lesson, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.